Howdy, everyone. It is about, what, almost 2 o'clock in the morning, and I am still awake. Market's been closed for a couple of hours now, and I am done with trading for the week. Looking forward to the weekend. So, what happened? As you guys remember, I had one covered call in ARM, which I sold for 98 cents on Monday. I closed it this morning for a whopping 2 pennies, creating a total profit of $96. I had an $8 covered call on BBAI for my 100 shares, so one contract, which I sold actually last week for 28 cents, so $28. And I let it expire, or it will expire. Now, for nothing, so that is a profit of $28. I sold a put for $5.5 earlier in the week for 16 cents. So I'm letting that expire as well. Worthless. I sold what is this? I sold a put at 14.5 for WEBULL, and I am letting that expire. Worthless as well. And lastly, I sold a put for RGTI for $14. And if I go here and here, RGTI spiked this week, and never going close to my low of 14.50. Well, at one point it did, but I think I did quite nicely on this. Total for the week was $158 and some pennies. So not bad at all. Not bad at all. Way above my 0.00375 percentage range. For those of you who don't know, that's what I shoot for, actually. That every week I make about 0.375% of my total account, which I think is very doable. So what have I gotten myself into for the next week? Well, I'm still holding on to ARM since my covered call, basically, I sold it back for a penny there, 2 cents. And let's just get back here. And ARM never got to the 145. So what I've done is I have sold another 145 for the following week at $1.01 at the end of the day. So that is $100 there, potential. I have also decided to take a position. Oh, yeah. Why? I forgot about this completely. Why did I let BBAI expire worthless rather than buying it back for, well, what it lists for a penny or 2 pennies? Because unfortunately, the stock only trades in contracts of a nickel in increments. So $5. So if I try to buy it back, I might get stuck with buying it back at 5 cents. And since it's already expiring worthless on a Friday, there's absolute no point to that. Why waste the $5? I mean, I've gotten filled sometimes where I put in 5 cents and it's filled it for a penny. I've also had it where I put in 5 cents and I got filled for 5 cents. So it's not worth running the actual risk. Okay. I also drank the Kool-Aid on Open. So, as you guys know, Opendoor has taken off in the last like 5 or 6 weeks since July. The stock is on a tear. Let's go out to 180 days here. Where is the low? The low is here, actually. And it went all the way up to $5 almost. Damn. And even after like having a loss, the stock is basically like treaded water around the $2.5 range. So those of you who know what Open is, it's a house flipping company, let's call it, where you can go online with your house. Unlike a traditional mortgage broker, they will give you an offer in 24 hours. Not the greatest offer it may be, but if you're looking for cash in hand, they look into the data set of what's going on in your area, uh, and try to match you up with a price that would be commensurate of what you might be looking for. It's going to be typically 10% lower than what you might get on the open market if you hold out and look with a traditional real estate agent. But still, here you get convenience and cash in hand. Problem is, what happens if there's a downturn in the housing market or a downturn in, what's its name? Just the overall U.S. outlook, and we go into recession? They get stuck with a bunch of houses that they then can't sell because they've already bought them for a discount and are unfortunately underwater. But I don't, right now, I don't know if we're going into recession. Have to see. I mean, the tariffs are biting a couple places. The data isn't quite clear yet, but maybe in the next 2 or 3 months, we'll be able to see what's going on. Now, the good thing possibly about Open is that if it couples itself up with a larger AI data set and they can crunch the numbers on what homes they already have and what homes they already sold and put in the different categories towards the data sets, then they have a really nice model on what fair pricing should be for them, not necessarily for the consumer, and what markets they should buy homes in order to make a profit. Uh, this would make the company a shitload of money. Sorry, shouldn't say that word. A crap load of money, and you know, making you and the stock extremely profitable. Um, Whether or not this will happen is a different question. Now, they have ousted was it the CEO today? Or was it the chief financial officer? Uh, tu- 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 Yeah, Carrie Wheeler. Now, it was the CEO that they got rid of, actually. Or, sorry, not got rid of. She stood down because of investor pressure. And the stock is again taken off as the company looks for maybe a new opening and new AI partnerships towards towards something more, because it wasn't looking good for a while there. Really not looking good with the stock sitting at 51 cents and possibly having to reverse split or get delisted from what's its name? The NASDAQ. Let me see if I go back here all the way 3 years. Okay, so the company, $5 range, $5 range. What about when the company was incepted? Max available. $39. That's quite a discount. I mean, if you bought in at $39, then you've been seeing just all the way down to 51 cents penny stock territory. Still, let's see if the company can actually turn itself around. There's a couple of hedge funds actually investing in it recently. And of course, you have Wall Street bets picking up saying, this is the next best thing. This is the new thing. Or it's not the new thing. It's their new meme stock, if anything. What I had done is I have taken a position in, let's just add this to options here. I have taken a position in 5 contracts with next week as the what's his name? Sorry, I'm still a bit congested. I'm getting over a summertime cold right now, so at 2.5, so $2.05. I sold these 5 contracts for 9 cents earlier in the day, so this will, if they expire worthless, net me a profit of $45. So if I think about it, if that ARM 145 for next week goes bye-bye and worthless and expires at 0, with this, I will have a total of $146 for the week, which will again be above my 0.00375, so 0.375% profit for the week. And hopefully this does expire worthless. I mean, the company is what it is. It's losing money, but there's a good possibility that I will be able to eke this out. If I look into where is the deltas on this. Okay, yeah, the delta's sitting at about 0.17. So yeah, it's where I usually like to be, somewhere between 0.15 and 0.2. It's not terrible. Anyway, thank you for joining me, guys. It's been a good week, and I hope it continues into next week with these 2 trades, and maybe we can add on a couple more things. End of video caveat. None of this should be taken as financial advice. I'm doing this for educational purposes and fun. But anyway, like and subscribe, and drop a comment below if you found any of this somewhat entertaining or otherwise. I'm not saying I am an entertaining person, but maybe you think so. Thanks a lot, guys. Talk to you later. Goodbye.